All right, welcome everyone to another Spiritist Conversations, the unplugged, unscripted, and totally unplanned show. I am here in Chicago today where I have been able to corral five people, five unsuspecting bystanders who were forced to sit down with us and talk to us a little bit. And we're really, really excited because we are here with the bunch of happy folks that have taken an active role at one point or another during the history of the Spiritist Society of Chicago. So we were going to go around the table, introduce ourselves briefly, and then have a little bit of a meet and greet and just get to know a little bit more about the Spiritist Society of Chicago. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first. My name is Monica Teixeira, and I've been part of the group since the beginning. I am one of the founders. We started by, studying together, and then now we have this amazing group here in Chicago.
And when you say from the beginning, what does that mean?
That means when I first came to the United States, there was to Chicago, this area, we didn't have a Spiritist group. So I got together with, other friends, and we started studying the Spiritists at home. So that's how we started.
That's awesome. How about you, young lady? Who are you?
My name is Fernanda, and I joined the group in the beginning of 2010. And since then, I've been, with a brief interruption, a volunteer here at SSC.
Great.
I'm Guilherme, and I found this group, the Spiritist Society of Chicago, as everybody finds stuff here now, like on Google, right? And actually, I was looking for a book in English, like the Gospel, according to Spiritism in English. And one of the first links were actually the Spiritist Society of Chicago. And then it's even better than just a book, right? And then
I don't know, is it? You tell me.
Oh yeah, definitely better. And so I just said, you know what? Got the address, came here, and it was definitely guided to stay. And I've been here for over 2 years, almost 3 years now. Yeah,
Excellent.
Cool.
How about you, George? Who are you, George?
Who am I, George? My name is George Ruop. I've searching for a center in 2009, and finally, I found one. And the person that answered the phone, which a very nice person, one of the number ones here in the center, which is Adriano Rocha, and he says, "Oh, we would be happy to have you attend with us." And he was calling me sir all the time, and I said, "Please don't call me sir. Just let's keep it, fraternal as possible." And that's when the first time that I joined, the center in 2009. I don't remember exactly when, but, and we've talked about this before. It was a time that I'm one of the 99% that needed, help at the time.
Well, thanks for sharing. And who are you, young lady?
I'm Daniela, and I joined the center in July of 2009. And I've been having the opportunity and the blessing to attend it since. So.
Great. Thanks for taking the time today. It's really great to be here with you today. What you guys are listening to us, if anybody's actually listening to us, who knows? But if you are listening to us, what you're missing out on is in the beautiful place that we have here. It's a relatively new place. Mm-hmm. It's a fantastic warehouse-type building in downtown Chicago-ish. You can correct me exactly where it is because I don't know where it is. Downtown. Okay. Yeah. But what I'm looking at right now is a lot of exposed brick here, beautiful window to a beautiful day outside. The ceiling is probably about 15, 20 feet up in the air, exposed wood too. It's just really charming, just really great. And it's kind of cool to see the confluence of both old and new, because the walls, of course, are brand new and they're nicely painted in a very loving gray tone. And so this mixture between old and new with a beautiful carpet on the ground, and you guys can probably appreciate this. there's not one, but two coffee machines behind me.
Nespresso, please.
Nespresso, please. Yes. Let's not be picky, right? But Nespresso. And so it's just a really wonderful place. Two little rooms here. You walk in, there's a reception with a little kitchen. And you can tell our Chicago studios are also very soundproof. You can hear an ambulance going in the background. That's okay. That's how we roll it. And then there's the other room, which is really set up with a lecture-style place. And beautiful big windows that lead to the outside. And of course, the modern part also has like this cool air conditioner and ducts coming in. So it's this really wonderful mix of old and new in a way. And I hope that you guys are pretty proud because it's a pretty good looking place.
Thank you.
How did it come about? I understand you guys were not always here, right?
Yes.
No, our first location was in Oak Park, which is west of downtown. And we had actually a larger space, and we moved. Our lease was ended, and we had to move in 2013.
Mid 2013.
Yeah, summer of 2013. So we moved to this building, but we are on the fourth floor. We had just one room that you actually visited us a couple of times. And we moved to this new space in last November. So November 2016, right? So that we were upgraded, right? So now obviously having a larger space and it's more comfortable and we're able to do more activities. We are just about to start our kids and youth program.
That's awesome.
And Monica Teixeira and Deborah actually are the two coordinators for that work. So it's beginning early May. So, but obviously that's only possible now that we have 2 rooms, right, and a larger space. So I'm very happy with our new home. And thank you for noticing, all the space.
Wow,
Thank
it's
you.
it's pretty fantastic. Like this, just the architecture here. It's added charm. I hope you guys notice it because it's pretty cool.
I remember like that Dani is now talking about all this, and you were mentioning like the space, and it's I remember like last year when we were discussing if we're going to take the plunge and move from the smaller room that we had here on the 4th floor to this one, because of course moving to a bigger space entails having more expenses. And we were like discussing if we should not, because at that time we didn't have the money to afford this move. And then Dani had this intuition from the mentors that we should do it because in some way this was going to be provided. This was going to be figured out. And actually this is exactly what happened. We moved here and the group just doubled, tripled in size. I don't know how many people.
Yeah, took off, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of keep track of, of the number of people we have, per meetings, and the number has increased tremendously. We were downstairs, we were a little packed, and now we have to put some extra chairs. Sometimes, there's Saturdays, that we have a lot of people. We were able to also add a Portuguese, study on Wednesdays, which is beautiful because, there's 2 studies, and it's also full. So it's been a blessing for all of us, to really have moved to this place, and then upgraded, like Fernanda said, to this other room here, and, increase in number of, people coming, and not only Brazilians, but also, Americans too, which is one of the major things that, that we have to work with, because we know Brazilians, they come from Brazil, they're always looking for the second home. But for Americans, this is something, of a step, and this is really good for us.
So you guys talked about the youth part that you're going to be starting soon, which is super exciting. What other activities do you guys do here? You talked about Wednesdays. What happens here on Wednesdays? What activities do you guys have?
We have 2 meetings in Portuguese, one from 9 to 10 a.m., and it's the study of the fundamentals of Spiritism. Mm-hmm. Then we have a half an hour break, which we called Café with Kardec, Coffee with Kardec. And then you have a second meeting, which is, the study of the gospel with passes. And so those are the 2 meetings in Portuguese. And we have a similar format on Saturday mornings, 2 meetings in English. And on Monday night, we have the study of mediumship. And we are just about to begin a practice also. And now we are adding the work with the youth, kids and youth, on Saturdays. So at 11 a.m. at the second meeting.
That's great. Sounds like lots of things happening. Very exciting. How did it all begin? What's the story? Did I hear it right today that the Spiritist Society of Chicago is almost 10 years old?
Yes.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. So that the group was formally founded in November 2008. But as Monica mentioned, she and Adriano and Andrea and other friends, they were doing the gospel at home prior to that.
Which I think is the story of every Spiritist group,
much, yeah.
right? Like a group gets together, somebody's house or garage, generally house first, then garage. It's like the phases of a Spiritist group. Somebody's living room, somebody's garage, and then the place of their own. Somebody's office, right? And then the place. And so that sounds like to be the case, right? But the group was meeting for a while before it took the plunge.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we were together for a few years before we get the group together.
When did you guys get started? When do you remember, Monica?
Well, you come here and you don't know, young lady?
I don't remember. I heard this story before, but this group had several formations before the very one that you see now.
Oh, that's
names
so
and all that.
right?
So yeah. So I don't know.
For a while, right?
Yeah, for a long time. I remember when I first came to the United States in 2001, there was nothing. And then I started calling people, and then eventually we got together, and eventually we stopped. And then at some point when Adriano came, I had my name on the website, the Spiritist website. So people used to call me. So it's like, hey, what are you doing now? Let's get together again. And then we started, actually, Adriano had a space. He had an apartment and they had an area we could get together. And then we started getting together every week over there.
Okay.
And then eventually we decided to, we are ready to move on and have a group and a space where we can open. Because when you do at home, when it start growing, you can't have everybody at your place. So we had to find a place where we could welcome anybody.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and actually we had when we moved to the first official location in November 2009, actually, our first visit was Raul Teixeira that came to give us a couple of talks. And
That's the Brazilian medium,
Brazilian
right?
medium and Spiritist speaker, Raul Teixeira. He was here, and you came to translate Raul Teixeira for us.
This was
right?
April 2010, right?
Was March 2010.
Yeah, because this is the very first volunteering that I did for the center. I remember I did the promotional material for this event. So this is the very first thing that I contributed.
Yeah, so you've been visiting us.
Yeah.
So we've been blessed with your visit since the beginning.
No, I've been blessed with the visit. It's really great to
thank
see you
you.
guys through times. It's just really amazing, actually, to see it. And you see you guys thriving today, such a beautiful space. Of course, the physical space is not that important, but it does help us have a great environment to kind of welcome people. And that's something I noticed you guys doing today, which was wonderful. We had our friend Diego, who was out here. And as we were having our talks over there, all I saw was a little head, from the door every once in a while, because he was sitting out here to making sure that everybody was okay. So that was great, too. So lots of changes, lots of growth over a beautiful period of time. What do you guys, let's go around the table. If I were to ask you, what do you think that is one of the most signature practices of the Spiritist Society of Chicago? Like, when you think of the Spiritist Society of Chicago, what do you think of? What comes to your mind? What do you think that you guys do really well that is core to who you are?
In my opinion, it's welcoming whomever enters the space. Everybody's welcome here. And I think that people here truly care about others. And Dani, we have been together for several years now, and we never had like a disagreement, a serious one. We we have different opinions, of course, we have different personalities,
Sure.
but never a disagreement that people would be like very annoyed at each other, would stop talking or something serious. So I think this is, everybody's welcome with their differences the way they are. So I think it's our treasure. This is, for me, this is how I feel about it.
Yeah, and to add to that, I think there is one word that's support, and support from each other, inside and many times outside, that we rely on each other very much. And here I feel how much of that support is reflected and comes actually from our spiritual friends here. That's even, it's moving to talk about it when you feel it, how much you get when you're here. And I don't know if everybody feels that way when how we are influenced by our friends here to help each other. And I think all reflects to that word. And that's why I think we're kind of growing, because of course they're helping us and to support more people. That's really what's make all this together.
I feel like people here are really willing to work. Sometimes I see somebody coming the first time and they just want to volunteer already. I haven't seen this anywhere else, where people are really committed to help the program, the center, and they want to work together. As you were talking today, it's very important to study, but also dedicate some time to help in the center. And I feel like really here, almost everybody wants to help and support the program, the growth of the program.
You know, just following what Monica was saying, when we were at the other building, we kind of struggled with volunteers. It was just a few of us, you know. We had, well, like 5 perhaps, you know, in our hands. So we did all the cooking, we did all the marketing, we did the communications and everything. Like Monica said, you know, when we came here and we moved to the 6th floor, this beautiful loft, I would say this is a spiritual loft, you know. We really have more volunteers than we could think of. Now we can, you know, put one volunteer for every little department, every section that we have, you know. So that's kind of nice, because now most of us who are, you know, been here longer, you know, we can dedicate to other things and to perform other tasks, and leave the volunteers to do, you know, also the other work that, you know, we were kind of, you know, overtaken. And one thing that I believe that, you know, this place brings a lot of harmony. It's beautiful. There's so much harmony, and, you know, we see people walking in sometimes, you know, needed, you know, for kindness, you know, for a word, for a hug. So as I was saying, you know, people that walk in here, sometimes they need fraternal assistance, you know, and this is something that we really care for, to give fraternal assistance to those that are in need of. And we feel that, you know, they walk out of here and they sometimes feel better. Sometimes they need to continue talking. But this is a house open to everyone. We've had so many people. Just to have an idea, we've had so many people in all of these years that came and go and came back. Others just, you know, left. But, you know, that's part of life. That's part of how Spiritism works. You know, you feel that you're better. You don't have to come back again, you know, and you continue your life. But I think, you know, the magic word here, to me, it's harmony, love, you know, which we have a lot to give. And like Fernanda said, you know, we welcome everyone with our open hearts.
Daniela, how about you?
Really feel that the core of our work is, you know, as we said, our signature is welcoming everyone and really embracing people, you know, and also empowering people through the Spiritist education that we focus on the study of the Spiritist philosophy, and we try to be very attentive to everyone's needs, you know, and fraternal assistance, and also lots of suicide prevention, awareness and prevention. it's really been our focus since the beginning. So it's it's this combination of welcoming and embracing, trying to comfort people that arrives here from different walk of life, and also, as much as we can, offer them the opportunity to learn Spiritism, which is a lifelong project, right? So
Perfect.
yeah.
Thank you. So we're going to take a quick break for our sponsors. We have no sponsors at all, but it's a running joke. We've been saying it since day one, so we run with it. And if you want to sponsor us, great. We could use the money for some social project.
Maybe Nespresso should be our sponsor, right? We talk about the shoe Nespresso machines that we have here.
I like how your brain works. So we'll be right back after these non-existing commercials.
Hi, my name is Daniela Sakuyoshi. I am from Atlanta, Georgia, and I listen to Spiritist Conversations.
Hi, my name is Teresa from Miami, Florida, and I listen to Spiritist Conversation.
Hi, my name is Claudio from San Jose, California, and I listen to Spiritist Conversation.
I'm Marcia from Atlanta, Georgia, and I listen to Spiritist Conversations.
And how about you? Do you listen to Spiritist Conversations too? Or did you just happen to stumble upon a program today? Either way, drop us a note. We would love to hear from you. After all, it takes many voices for a great conversation. Reach out to us on Facebook and give us your opinion on our podcast. Tell us what you think we should talk about, or just chime in to say that you're listening. Who knows? We might just ask you to come on the air with us if you're willing. But regardless, thank you for listening. And now, back to our program.
And we're back. Wow, there were such long commercials, and I'm sure whatever it is you heard in between was fantastic. But we were talking about what was so special, what makes the Spiritist Society of Chicago special. And one of the things that came up here at the last moment was the suicide prevention efforts. Mm-hmm. Can you guys talk to us a little bit more about what does that mean? Like, what you guys been working on? Tell us a little bit about all the effort you guys put into that.
Last year we participated in a suicide awareness campaign and walk as sponsors, but that was our first experience participating on that project. Is the American Association for Suicide Prevention. They have these walks, annual walks, and but suicide prevention is really at the core of all the work that we do, through fraternal assistance, right? Focusing on that, making sure that we welcome people, even if we obviously never know if the person is coming here just one time, or if they're gonna be attending the group or what. So we really try to make sure that we greet them and that we embrace and offer the opportunity to talk. And we many times through the fraternal assistance, when we learn if people are going through some hardships and sometimes depression or having suicidal thoughts and so we really we all of us all the volunteers we try to be very attentive to those signs that someone may be going through some difficult moments, so that we can offer the resources that we have at the Spiritist Center, and always obviously hope that people will take that opportunity, right? And so again, and I said I feel that the Spiritist work, the suicide prevention is at the core of the Spiritist work that we do. The meetings, the study groups, by enlightening ourselves that we are learning that we are immortal spirit, right? That life goes on, so that we see that suicide is really a false solution, right? For we are really, we know how such a huge issue that we are facing right now with so many cases of depression and suicide is rising. So we try to be, since the beginning, that has been again a core, of our work, trying to be attentive to that.
It's just my personal impression, but I think that also given the history of the city, which is a city that has a history of violence, of gangs and crime, it is present in the psychosphere of our environment here, and many of the ones who come here to the center, they come with in despair. They are going through depression. They are coming because they are suffering very deeply. So I think this is what Dani is explaining, that this is part of who we are, not because we just out of the blue we chose, but this is happened. This is what happened. This is what we perceived as being something that is important to us here, given our situation, given where we are, given the people that come to us. This is how we ended up working towards suicide prevention.
And that's such an important topic in general, right? Because for anybody that's really struggling to get to the point where they are really thinking about ending their life, it's really serious business. And we are very fortunate, and like you guys are saying, in the Spiritist world, to know that life goes on. And that's why I was nodding when Dani was saying it's a false solution, because it feels like it could be the solution to our problems, but that's not often the case. We know that when we wake up on the other side, we oftentimes regret that quite a bit, making the situation even more challenging at times.
Very true.
And so that's why it's wonderful to hear you guys do such a great job of awakening people's mind to the fact that maybe there are other ways, and then maybe we can help, right? And always remembering that if folks ever feel this way, they should definitely talk about it. They should definitely ask for help, because I think you were saying that the numbers are rising. Depression and suicide are really, really scary things that seem to be kind of climbing as of late in our reality, right? And that's something that we want to talk about. And because a lot of people have challenging times, lots of folks are going through depression. Lots of folks are having these ideations, these ideas, suicidal ideas, and if we don't address them, then people just feel further pulled into this loneliness, which they really are not, right? It's just the very difficult impression, because if they reach out, they can get help. And then we hope that anybody that may be having these kinds of ideas or thoughts, and if you're listening to these, please call someone. Call the suicide hotline, talk to somebody. Know that there's a lot of wonderful things in life that are totally worth it, and that our problems are temporary, and we can work on them, right? So great work that you guys are doing here. Fantastic to hear that you are also grappling with such a important challenge of modern times, right? And so what else you guys are? So you guys talked about doing the walk last year. Is that something you're going to do again?
Yeah, we are planning to support this year's walk again, and hopefully really like to see more of this talk on the Spiritist suicide awareness and prevention within the Spiritist movement, right? We, as we know, have so much resources to offer. Maybe we, need to get together and do maybe a program or something that we can help, again, that to raise more awareness, not only obviously here in Chicago, but throughout the country. So we'll definitely continue to focus on that work.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And as we begin to start wrapping up our conversation getting towards the end here, I know you guys are all very busy. Tell me, what's ahead for the Spiritist Society of Chicago? What are you guys looking forward to? What does the future bring to all of you?
Oh, we are looking forward to the celebrations. We're going to have a whole lot of guests, speakers just like yourself, our friends that are coming to celebrate and motivate us to keep doing like what we can and giving our tiny little contribution to the work that's being done. So I'm so looking forward to have all of you guys here with us to celebrate our 10th anniversary.
Well, if you guys keep feeding us like you're doing, all I've done is to eat people since I've got here. Had a basic, very simple dinner about 11 o'clock at night. Then had dessert after that. Then I woke up to like breakfast fit for a king. And then came here and ate some more. And then in between activities, we ate some more. So yeah, why not, right? How about you guys? Anything else that you are looking forward to?
It's amazing how much as much as you engage in the work that we have to do here, more you want to do and more you have people to do it. I try to, we go to all fights of our life, and there's always that thing hooking you back. No, you're not leaving, and that's what I'm trying to do more and more, and to see, even I'm here just for 2.5 years, 3 years, to see all this motivation from everybody. I'm just, and again, to feel all that support that we have here on both sides from everyone. There's sometimes I've already thought about this. We just moved here for 6 months or 7 months, and I already see us going to a bigger place. I don't doubt that that's gonna happen in a short time.
Okay, I am pretty soon. We're gonna be starting with our youth program. I'm working with Deborah, and we are, developing the curriculum and all the lessons and everything. And we are very excited. For the first time, we're gonna be working with our youth, and I think that's another step that we are taking forward into giving back to our community and allowing even more people to come, because often some of our great friends are not able to attend because they have children. So by providing a safe place with, Spiritist education for the youth, we also be incorporating some of many friends who can come.
I see lots of work ahead so that we can continue learning and growing together, and hopefully having our family, our SSC family growing even more and be able to continue the support that we already receive from each other, be able to extend that to the newcomers. So lots of work for us in the future.
Everybody wants to work and I want to party.
We could have told that. Should have.
One thing that I feel too, that I think we've been a source of information here in Chicago and a source of help to the states around us. Like from Minnesota, we had some people coming from Wisconsin, from Indiana, from Missouri, from Iowa. They all come here Kentucky, because they don't have a center, and they come just to see.
They don't have a center yet.
Yes, thank you. But they come here to look how we worked, how we started. I mean, it's so interesting that we can pass all the information, and give this information to them. Like these ladies from Wisconsin, they're doing their gospel at home, and they say, oh, we're thinking of opening a center in Wisconsin, and it starts the baby steps, and this makes us very happy because we are the base for them to help start that. So for us, it's a very important thing. Like we started also another center here in Illinois, which is in Downers Grove, the Spiritist Society of Illinois. So for us, that's good work, and that shows that we can, keep helping and opening more centers and, spreading the good word.
That is great. Paying it forward, passing it on, right? And where, so clearly we just spent, about a half an hour or so together talking a little bit about the Spirit Society of Chicago. But if folks want to know more about you, where should they go? What's your website address? Is that the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, it's the Spirit Society of Chicago.org.
That's very creative.
Right?
Pretty good, though. It really works, right?
Yeah, over there we have our information of activities. We also have our page on Facebook, the Spirit Society of Chicago. Please like us. We have our...
We like you already, but you mean in the Facebook way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Just want to make sure you got your emotional needs taken care of.
Yeah.
We like you.
Okay, thank you.
And we're going to like you on Facebook, too.
That's what I was talking about, support.
Yeah.
Moral support.
Yeah, and we have all the information of the center from lectures like the one we had today with you here, more to come, all the schedules for our meetings during the week and weekends, and also you can sign up for our newsletter, so keep informed.
And if you want to talk to us, you can shoot us an email, which is also super creative. Are you ready? It's ssc@spiritistssocietychicago.org. Super creative.
Or my phone, 972-974-2458.
That is great. Look at that, making yourselves available. Thank you so much, guys. It's always so much fun to be with you. Such a great group, so open, so cheerful, so dedicated. We're really thrilled to be here, be part of this. And I look forward to commemorating 10 years next year. Amazing. Yay! Great job. Thanks very much.